Hey y'all, what's up? How's it going? We are back and welcome to my latest video. I am so excited about this video for many reasons, but to let you know what it is, in case you couldn't tell by the thumbnail and title and all of the stuff on the bed behind me, I'm going to give you guys the full breakdown of everything that I've been carrying with me on my full-time travel digital nomad era. What I'm most excited about in this video is this is an up-to-date video. The last video I posted, I filmed a year ago. I'm already a year into this journey, so everything you're going to be seeing in this video is stuff that I have become die-hard fan favorite of because I've been doing this for a year. And I didn't want to give you guys outdated information, so this video is it. I'm going to also give you guys a little bit more teasers about what's coming because if you saw the last video, I didn't know what was coming, and now I do. Make sure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and let me know where you are in your full-time travel journey. Are you just starting the planning? Are you plotting? Or are you already on it? Let's get into the video. Okay, the bag. We're starting off strong because that's what everyone's gonna ask, because that's what they always ask. What bag? This is the Cotopaxi Alpa 50-liter Adventure Pack. A friend of mine was using it a few months before it came out, and I knew that this was the bag that I wanted for my full-time travel era. Clearly, I've put her through the ringer. Big things that I wanted in a bag was a bag that opened all the way. I really loved this detachable 10 liters at the top. This turns into a fanny pack. I can't tell you how many times I've just taken my camera and put that in there, a few essentials for the day, and slung it over me. Literally genius. So the base is 40, which means I can carry it on. I do carry some full-size liquids every now and then, like sunscreen, so I typically just check the bag because it is heavy. But this holds everything I'm about to show you. It has waist straps, and these straps tuck in on the back, so when I do check the bag, everything is safe and locked away so they don't get destroyed when passing through all of the baggage things at the airport. There's like a passport pocket here. There's so many pockets on the inside. It's got a water bottle pocket. It also has a laptop sleeve. Not that I ever put my laptop in there because I do have a camera bag. That could be a different video. Let me know if you want to see what's in my camera bag. There are two things that can be very unpredictable at any accommodation that you stay at, and that's one, are you going to be able to sleep because could it be noisy? And two, are you going to have a towel? So I have two microfiber towels. One I specifically have for like showering that stays in the hotel, and the other one for like beaches and parks and cutesy things that are outside. Having two might seem a little extra, but it seemed sanitary for me. Talking along the same lines of going out and about and being at the beach, I have a to-go bag, like a little, I'm just going and bebopping around in a cute little girly pop tote bag. And this one is actually from my podcast. My friend Ty, who is a co-host of our podcast, 1,000 Miles, she made this, which I thought was really sweet. It was a surprise. Me, her, and Maddie, who is the other co-host, are the only ones who have this. Next on the list is hats. First, I have a little bucket hat, just very cute and basic. Second, a baseball cap. This is great for hiking in the sun. It's very lightweight, still lets my head breathe. And this is where you get a little bit of insight on what's coming and things that I could not have predicted a year ago that you didn't hear about in the last video. This is a hat from New Zealand, and it's cute and it's fun. Like I said, we've got a lot to share with you. In the same genre in my head, but maybe not, are scarves. I will use these as shirts. I will use them to cover my head, all sorts of things. And I did acquire another one doing the Ha Giang Loop in Vietnam. My rider or driver got this for me as like a cute little gift. Everybody in our group got one. I'm so excited to share that video with you guys, but that is something that I've acquired, and it's quite warm. So when I am in slightly colder destinations, this is very great to have. Also, speaking of colder destinations, I would like to say that this bag is mostly packed for warmer destinations. I do have to get creative when I go colder places. Like right now I'm in London. It's a little chilly here. Yeah, consider that in how you pack. I'll maybe talk more about that in a second. Earlier I said that accommodations can be very noisy, and I have been testing all sorts of earplugs because your girl just needs her sleep, okay? Recently, I got these Fitnexa SomniPods, and they are everything, you guys. Fitnexa is actually the sponsor of this video, my first ever sponsor on this channel, and I'm so excited to be sharing more details with you guys about why I find these to be such a game changer in my digital nomad life. These can be used for more than just blocking out noise while you sleep. Having versatile items in your bag that have more than one purpose is everything, and these definitely have more than one purpose. I've used them on long haul flights to block out the humming that I really don't enjoy. I've used it in cafes to focus while editing because I am a girly that has undiagnosed raging ADHD, so focusing in busy places sometimes can be difficult. These are great for winding down in the evening. I love to read before going to bed, and sometimes in noisy places it's hard to really unplug and disconnect and relax. And these SomniPods have been helping me so much. And the battery life on these things is wild. One charge from the case and you are good to go for 12 hours. I've been taking some long haul flights and these have not failed me once. I do have a discount code for you guys. If you want your own SomniPods, use code NikkiTom300 at checkout for $10 off. And thank you again, Fitnexa, for being the sponsor of this video and the first ever sponsor on this channel. Next, I'm going to show you all of my non-clothes items. So first is my Surrey toothbrush, S-U-R-Y toothbrush. This travel case is everything to me. I am a freak about knowing where the head of my toothbrush is. It should only be in my mouth. So I love this travel case. It's incredibly light. And there's a sanitation button here for when you plug it in and charge it. And it's made of recycled plastics and the head is biodegradable. Next, I have my straightener that I've had since I was 15. Don't ask me how it works with all of the international plugs and the voltage and things. It is not caught on fire or blew up once, knock on wood, somebody. It just works and I have to have it. We've got a hairbrush and we got a headlamp for hiking or general safety things. Don't underestimate a good headlamp. Next, I have my toiletry bags. These are from Tripped Travel Gear. This one actually unfolds. You're actually gonna get the insider scoop on all of the things that I carry in here and how messy I am. But this thing actually does unfold and you can hang it, which is awesome. So I keep my makeup, all of my hair ties, extra contacts, jewelry, floss, extra toothbrushes because I've acquired those, Q-tips, goes in here. And then I have like all of the liquidy things in this bag because it's really easy to wash. And no matter what you do, things are going to explode in your bag. I don't actually have my shampoos and body washes in here because they're in the shower soaking wet, but I did switch to bar shampoos and bar soaps. And I carry them in this little case that fits perfectly in here. And it's everything. The shampoo bars last so much longer than any liquid soap. So this is mostly just skincare and like some bug spray and contact solution. And finally, let's get to the clothes. First of all, I have socks and underwear. I have about 14 pairs of underwear and like 5 pairs of socks plus 2 pairs of compression socks, because if you're not wearing compression socks on planes, what are you doing? And while I'm showing you the packed versions of my socks and underwear, let's talk about packing cubes because I do use them. My world would not go round without them. I am trying these new ones from BagSmart and so far I really like them because they open all the way. But I have been using Tripped Travel Gear packing cubes, which I also really love. I'm really interested to see which ones I end up loving more in this next little stint of travel that I'm doing. So I'll circle back with you guys and let you know what I think about that. Next is swimwear. I am not gonna unpack this for you guys. Like I said, I'm in London and I'm about to leave and there's no sense in me unpacking all 8 of my swimsuits for you. I have 8 of them because I knew I was going to warm destinations and I knew I was gonna need them. So it might seem a little excessive, but they're small, so I don't think so. Like they all fit in here. Most of my swimsuits are from Laundry Bodywear. I am obsessed with them. It's made from recycled plastics. The designs are so cute. The women who run that business are everything. And let's talk about tops. I have 8 tops, including the one that I have on. Some are very athletic. This one is long sleeve and great for in the sunshine and keeping me from getting sunburned in really hot places, but also a good warm layer if needed. I have like a crop tee and some tanks. Tanks ended up being what I found to be the most comfortable. However, I have acquired 2 additional t-shirts. One from the Ha Giang Loop in Vietnam and another from sailing in Croatia. I didn't pack t-shirts initially because I just didn't think I would need them, and I'm really happy to have acquired these because on my days where I'm feeling really lazy and I just want to be cozy, these are excellent to have, and also for working out. Something else that I think you should note before choosing what you pack is to not pick things that you have a sentimental or emotional attachment to, because you will be surprised at how quickly you wear down clothes when you're wearing them every single week on repeat for months, if not a year or more at a time. I have replaced shirts already. I have replaced so many things already. Just don't be attached to it. Pack things that you're not going to be attached to. If you lose it, stain it, destroy it, a dryer eats it, whatever. Next, I have this long sleeve cover up, which is great for like a beachy vibe, but also great for a layer if I just need it on a slightly cooler day. Next, I have one dress. This dress is probably the only thing that I am emotionally attached to. I know I said not to get emotionally attached, but this is probably my highest quality piece that I have in my bag, but it is perfect to dress up, be a little casual, feel a little girly. I'm obsessed with it, and I think you should have at least one thing that makes you feel like you're really pretty. And you maybe don't wear it all the time, but sometimes you just really need to feel like you're not living out of a backpack, and that's this dress for me. Next, we're gonna talk sets. This is my sweatsuit set. Basic hoodie, basic pair of sweatpants. I bring these on the airplane. I knew I had to have them because I get so cold on airplanes, and they've also doubled as great like cozy things to have when I'm in like colder places. And then I have this set. I'm wearing the shorts right now. Well, let me stand on the bed for a second. Cute. Cute. This is my airport outfit. I wear it under that sweatsuit. This is always the base. It's a little like worn out. It gets dragged around by my backpacks, but I just knew that I had to have a dedicated outfit that could kind of roll with the punches. And the last set that I have is this like very beachy cover up and shorts. This can go in so many ways with so many things in my wardrobe, and it felt a little silly to bring, but it's ended up being very, 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 very useful, and also helps me stay like feeling kind of cute, you know? While we are discussing things that keep us warm and cozy, I know I said earlier that this was a bag mostly for warm destinations, and it is. And I should have listened to my friends that said get a really, really compact puffy. They were expensive and I didn't quite have the budget, and I just didn't. And then I went to Vietnam and I did the Ha Giang Loop, and it was December and it was a little chilly, and I ended up buying a winter coat. This was like $27. You can get them very cheap in Vietnam, but I needed it, and it has proved so much use for me. I used it in New Zealand. I've used it here in London. I have used it so much, it's crazy. I really should just commit and buy one of the smaller ones because it takes up so much dang space in my bag. Please take it from me, if you have any spontaneous bone in your body, just pack yourself a little winter coat. You're gonna need it. And let's move on to bottoms. Something that I did acquire that I didn't anticipate acquiring was a skirt. And I got this doing a photo shoot in Vietnam. I was modeling for this brand, and they were so nice and gave me this like sarong wrap skirt. It's so cute and it's so small, and I can match it with loads of stuff in my bag. So I've definitely loved having this. I have two pairs of shorts. This is a skort, and these are just jean shorts. I wear them with everything, very versatile. These I can kind of like dress up and again, feel like I'm not living out of a backpack, but I would say that those shorts are probably the least used thing in my bag. I have contemplated getting rid of them. So unless you're dedicated to a skirt or a skort, you maybe don't need them. And then for pants, I have a pair of jeans, very versatile, go with everything. A lot of people I know don't bring jeans when they full-time travel, which I thought was brave, but I knew that I was gonna be some places where like maybe it would get a little chillier and I would want jeans, and I have worn them a ton. So I 100% don't regret having the jeans. And then I have this lightweight pair of white pants. Again, very versatile, cute. These always look great in photos, like no matter where I'm at. I'm so obsessed with those. Now for arguably the most used items in my bag, which are my athletic wear items. I have 3 workout sets, a pair of shorts with little spandex underneath, matching sports bra. I have yoga pants that can obviously be doubled for a variety of things with a matching black sports bra. And I have just this neon green sports bra. And unfortunately, I literally just had to get rid of the biking shorts that go with these because I put them in a dryer and there was some gunk in the dryer and it just right onto those pants, and there's nothing I could do to get the stain out. So like I said, don't be attached to your items. I say these are my most used items because I work out like 3 to 4 times a week, and they're great for hiking. They're great for if you're in a hot destination and you just like want to walk around in an outfit you can sweat in. I literally will put this over the sports bras. I use this athletic wear for so many things. If you are watching this video and you're like, there's no way this girl fits all of this stuff into that bag that I showed at the beginning of the video, trust me, it does fit. I will put a time lapse of me packing this bag at the end of the video so you can see how I literally put all of it into the bag, because it does happen. Last thing on the list is shoes. Don't think I forgot. So I have 3 pairs of shoes. These are 2 of them. They're both sandals. That might seem silly to some of you, but These are like hiking sandals. These are for like if I'm doing waterfall hikes or hiking somewhere tropical and it's muddy and it's wet. And you know, I also use these a lot when I go snorkeling and I need to have like some shoes to get into the water and it's rocky and I don't want to cut my feet up. These shoes from Teva are amazing. I've been using these for years and years and years and years. That's my second pair. My goal with the second pair of sandals was to be cutesy and to have something to walk around in. And these are the second pair of cutesy walk around sandals that I have had on this adventure of mine because like the clothes, you just wear through things so fast. These shoes, I hate. I hate them. My first pair, I loved them. I thought these would be fine. These are not fine. These are about as flat as the ground and they're not fun to walk around in. So if you see something similar to this, buy something else, okay? Make sure you get shoes that are good for your feet and good for walking around, because there's nothing worse than only having 3 pairs of shoes and being stuck wearing one. That's awful. I'm waiting for the day that these fall apart because they also were very expensive. My first pair were $10. These were $70. I digress. And my third pair of shoes, runners. These are Saucony Women's Guide 18 shoes. I am literally about to buy my third pair of these. As you can tell, these are disgusting. I bought a new pair in New Zealand and then immediately went and biked 600 miles in Taiwan, and they're disgusting and they are no longer supporting my feet. But these are the best shoes, like the best runners I've ever had in my life. I ran my half marathon in these. I have walked through so many cities and towns and done so many hikes and obviously biked 600 miles in them. I wouldn't recommend them for biking, but they do the job. Phenomenal shoes. And those are the 3 pairs of shoes I have. They kind of cover all the bases. They kind of go with all the clothes that I have. I can really mix and match with everything that I have going on and not feel like I don't have a shoe that's capable of the adventure that I'm on. And in true Nikki fashion, I forgot to include a few things like my dry bag, my pajamas, and my raincoat. But now that you know about those, let's pack. I wasn't lying when I said that I fit every single one of those things in this bag. I will say, I think using 2 of the Bag Smart packing cubes saved me a little bit of extra room. Like I didn't have to shove my pajamas into the top as I was closing the zipper. And I did end up changing out my winter coat for a different one that I had bought in London, which you're going to see at the end of this. I know that I'm not going to need my winter coat for the next few months, and it was cheap, so I can get rid of it. That's another great thing about this is no matter what, you're not going to have everything you need if you decide to go really random spontaneous places, and you can just get it on the road. Anyway, here it is all packed up, and that is everything that I pack in my 40-liter bag for full-time travel. I have carried all of these things with me for the last year and they have not failed me, and I hope that was so helpful for you guys in your journey in prepping for it, if you're on it, all of the things. If you guys have any questions, you want more details about like what's in my toiletry bag, like what makeup I bring, or you want to see the swimsuits, or you want to know why I chose something specifically with a little bit more detail, please just leave a comment. I am more than happy to answer all of those questions for you guys as best as I can. And thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you endlessly. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit subscribe because we have so many things to catch up on still. You guys got some of the teasers of that in this, and I'm so excited to bring you guys along. So I will see you on the next adventure. Bye!